Alrighty then. Um, hey Patrick, how are you? I just found out work was canceled for tonight. Supposed to be there an hour from now, and I just found out it was canceled. So my whole day was, you know, planned for work and no work. So anyway, this Monday and Tuesday thing isn't working out too well because it's 2 days that I can't plan anything else, and then work gets canceled. So anyway, how are you feeling today? This isn't going to be long. I just wanted to practice some things. So we will have an earlier show tonight. Um, like I said, I just wanted to practice some other things. Notre Dame Cathedral and Flammer in Paris today, huh? Is it in flames? Is that what you're saying? Notre Dame Cathedral. Oh, it collapsed as a massive fire ripped through. Wow. Okay. A large fire broke out at the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris on Monday. Yeah, it's all over the news. Yeah, I see it. Do they have any idea what caused it yet? Let's see, these were 54 minutes ago, 33 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago. Let's see if they got any. Smoke and flames rise during a fire at the landmark Notre Dame Cathedral in central Paris on April 15th, potentially involving renovation works being carried out at the site. The city's mayor and firefighters warned people to stay away from the area. There have been no confirmed deaths, according to the Paris police, while a French government official said no injuries had yet been reported. Wow, yeah, that video doesn't look good at all. Yeah. Well, I don't know how extensive the damage is. More importantly, hopefully no people were hurt. That's that will be the blessing in this, that no people are injured, not even the firefighters fighting it. And uh, I mean, a building is just a building, and it's now if it was somewhere Jesus had walked, then I could mourn the loss of the history. But we're going to see a lot more destruction. Yeah, I read the roof had collapsed. We're going to see a lot of destruction um, to buildings and nature, and with all the stuff that's forthcoming, as the Bible has warned us about. So, um, I don't know. I don't know much about the cathedral itself and its history, but 850 years old, that's an old building, that's for sure. It appears to be made, I don't know how reinforced it was. Um, it looks like it's the part where they were doing the renovations, so maybe it's not a total loss. But you know what's sad? There'll probably be more people upset and talking about this cathedral catching on fire, and then you know the conspiracies are going to come out. Oh, it was done by the government or the elite or whatever. You can already hear that coming. But there will be more people responding to this than there are about allowing abortions in the 9th month. Or somebody will turn this into a move for gun control conspiracy. You watch. Somebody will do something for clickbait. Uh, all right, where was I? Where was I? or the Muslims did it. Yeah, you know, somebody will, somebody will make some, you know, there's going to be some channels that just go all crazy with this. No, no, you're for real. Somebody will, there will be some clickbait channels that turn this into some big conspiracy, and they'll provide some fake evidence. They'll edit some videos, and they'll insert some embedded stuff into it, and they'll turn this into a 3-month long or a 2-year long conspiracy thing with their supposed proof. And some people will be, oh no, no, it was real. Like the one that was funny was the one where the World Trade Centers were built to um, just be demolished, and the pictures of the floors being empty above whatever floor it was. And I can tell you all the floors were occupied. But, you know, someone took pictures and put them on the internet and claimed the floors were empty, and that the plan was to bomb them anyway. Yeah. And that was so ludicrous because, you know, millions of people have been to the World Trade Centers, and they've been on the top floor and every floor in between. And, you know, and then to say there was crisis actors. You know where they got the crisis actors from? Even here locally, the high schools use crisis actors. They use kids from the drama club to enact or to you know, to do pretend accidents and stuff. And so they have, you know, some of them laying out pretending like that, you know, their leg was cut off in a car accident, yada yada yada. And they do that. Those crisis actors, the high school kids, do that to show other kids just how bad it is to text while you're driving, or drink and drive, yada yada, or not be paying attention to the road, you know, to show them the seriousness so they can get a real feel for what an accident would be like, so they can feel the emotions. So that's the purpose of doing that. And then FEMA has orchestrated a few, and local cities have orchestrated it with their fire departments, their ambulance, their rescue workers, the police officers. They get crisis actors to portray a you know, a catastrophic event. And yeah, they have to, you know, scream and cry, and some are panicky, and some are trying to help but don't know what they're doing, and they're in the way, and yada yada. And they do that so that the people that we depend on to help us in a crisis have some kind of like real life experience without the real life experience. You know, they need to practice in a chaotic situation, so they can be more prepared if and when it really happens. So that's the purpose of crisis actors. And yes, they are real as far as that goes. You know, the city will get people to do it. And that's so that the people, the fire department, the ambulance, the rescue, the paramedics, the police, everybody has a real sense of how chaotic it would be in an emergency. Right, exactly. And that's real. But for people to come along and say that Sandy Hook wasn't real and those were all crisis actors, or the World Trade Center didn't lose 3,000 and some people and those were all crisis actors, that enrages me, because I know they were real. And, you know, there's families out there that lost their loved ones, and they're still mourning them. And so you got people basically calling these people liars, that they were crisis actors, when you see an interview with a parent that's lost a child or whatever. Okay, so yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That kind of training, yeah. Yeah, that'll probably be one of the YouTube things too. There'll be somebody claiming that the cathedral really didn't catch on fire, or that it was a laser beam from the sky. because somebody will either take the video and insert a beam of light, which there's software to do that, or somebody's camera will catch a glimpse of the sun or something reflecting and say, oh, look, it was CERN, or it was the Blue Beam Project, or it was whatever. Anyway, that's what we should do. We should do a show called Before It's Fake News. And we can go over all the scenarios that they're going to put out. But that would be a waste of time because we really need to concentrate on other things. Hello, beautiful Casey. How are you? So apparently, we missed Sean last night. I guess him and Starry Night and some others tried to catch the show after I had went off because it was, you know, I thought I was getting off work at 9 last night, but that didn't happen. So anyway, so yeah, I didn't start the show, I think, till almost midnight because I got home late. So sorry I missed everybody last night. You were a DOA and put it in the morgue at the hospitals. Oh yeah, I bet that was bad. Well, they should have warned the nurses, huh? Well, I guess if they wanted them to be able to handle a crisis, they couldn't let them know it was a... So, Casey, we were talking about all the craziness that's going to come about from the cathedral, the Notre Dame